Welcome to Valoras. Located in the southwestern hemisphere in the world of Uranus, Valoras is not a traditional kingdom. Its leader, known as the Prime Seer, is selected once every 7 years by a parliamentary body of 200 elves known as the Convocation, in a process called the Orana. The current Prime Seer is Nissa Valafar, who, in her 4th term, is beloved among the elves and a polarizing figure amongst non-elves. The Prime Seer spends their entire ruling life in the city of Bardrin, effectively the capital city of the realm. From there, the Prime Seer communicates through a series of advisors, security personnel, and divination magic. The climate here is very tropical. Lush forests and dense jungles surround the Sunwalker Mountains, a large, continent-spanning mountain range that almost divides Valoras completely in half. Our story begins in the city of Danad, approximately 50 miles inland from the Elsandi Ocean on the western side of the realm of Valoras. The elves in this realm have not always been the most fair and benevolent leaders. Prime Seer Valafar and her appointed Second Seers and Terseers have always tended to favor those of elven blood in legal and civil matters, leading to a long history of civil unrest among the other races. With tensions coming out of the Jessos uprising in Usoa to the north, and sightings of gods fighting in the sky all along around us, martial law has recently been instituted in all major cities in this continent. After sundown, no business, save for government buildings, are allowed to operate, nor are any civilians allowed on the streets, even though this is often waived for the elves, especially wealthy ones who can pay the fines. At the time our story begins, an underground rebellion has begun to brew. We begin our adventure today focusing on a strange creature making her or its way through the Jorzias district. A creature humanoid in size, but a mass of wood and metal walking on 2 legs. Root-like cords acting as muscle strain against the exoskeleton as this figure strides through the Black Mountain Marketplace. The outdoor marketplace in Danad, where if you have coin, you can purchase almost anything. Not all of it legal. Dee, if you want to introduce yourself.
I am Eleanor. I am a Warforged Juggernaut. I was primarily created to be a killing machine at the time when Dragon Throne was attacked. When it was over, my creator wanted to figure out what to do with all the Juggernauts. Unfortunately, none of them seem to have had the temperament to do anything other than kill. So they were being used for menial tasks. I was the only one that had any sort of, I guess what you call, intellectual curiosity. And he taught me values of good and peace and appreciation of nature. So naturally, the path of the paladin made complete sense to me. I'm kind of tall, 6.5 feet. I weigh about 350 pounds. The color of my eyes will tend to show you my mood or emotion, ranging from lime green to dark seaweed. Right now, I am at sea foam. I am awake and I'm fine. I do feel pain and anger and fear. I can get hurt, but I don't need to eat or sleep or breathe air. And I'm on my way to the Purple Star. I have some business with the owners of same.
People are backing out of your way, not used to seeing a Warforged walk through the center of town. Warforged being native mostly to the northeast region of Usoa, where the technology to create Warforges originated. And it's a very new technology, so it hasn't made its way across the realms yet.
Okay.
You catch children staring at you as their parents grab to pull them out of the way. Most of customers and merchants giving you a wide berth. Not necessarily out of fear, but just almost like just frozen, like, no, I don't, unknown. Only one person dares approach you. As you pass a booth selling a variety of cured meats and spiced cakes, you're approached by a halfling man. Very tan, especially for a halfling, wearing a white long white tunic and thick black curly hair with a black bushy mustache. And he approaches you. Oh, well, hello there. I've never quite seen a warforged before. How did you get so far south, let alone out of Usawa?
Well, my friend, I really can't explain too much. I'm here on business. You do have a lovely stand, though.
Allow me to introduce myself with a flourish of his tunic. My name is Manzi Dabula. I am from Chitan, a large village in Zarafo. I could make much coin with this lovely armor that you are wearing. And he goes to touch you.
I would suggest that you don't.
Oh, apologies. I do not mean to be so forward. It's just... I am also in addition to my meat and spiced cake, I'm also a purveyor of technology. And I could make quite a bit of coin with someone like you, huh? What do you say? Partnership?
My friend, alas, I must decline. My business here does not include any personal jobs. Would you happen to know how to get to the Purple Star?
He persists for several minutes before finally realizing he's barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
And his demeanor immediately changes and he gets like this sour look on his face. And he very quickly, turn over there, walk that way, that few miles, and that. And he just does a quick turn with
I thank you, sir.
a tunic flourish and he goes back.
I hope we see each other again soon.
Perhaps we will, huh? And he just does a flourishing back behind his counter.
Okay.
We move away from this scene as our focus shifts to another figure entering the city. Also strange and alien to the citizens of Denad, but for vastly different reasons. As many citizens here have never seen a Goliath before. Anthony, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm 6'11", between 275, 300 pounds, depending on the season. Eye color black. Wear black leather pants, studded leather armor, very large leather wool overcoat with hoodie. Of course it's black.
So you're more of a baseball player build, Goliath.
Yes.
Okay. And you immediately realize you took the wrong gate as you enter the wealthiest part of the city, the Iljara district. And everywhere you look, it is nobles, it is fancy restaurants, it is upper-class taverns, and you feel very far away from home. Having been mountain-born and wilderness-bred, a wealthy part of the cities alone are not your bag, let alone a wealthy part of the city. Now, with your passive perception, which I believe is 11,
Right.
you notice 3 figures begin following you. 60 feet away, not getting closer, but they are pacing you. A halfling, a human, and an elf. Hard to tell gender from this part away, but you can definitely see a short, bowed halfling, humanoid size, and those are elf ears underneath that cloak. 60 feet away. What do you do?
Well, I'm good at 30 feet, so 60 feet, something in my body, which I'm trying to understand myself, I feel something happening. I notice the images, and there's 3 of them. And I just came to this area, and now I'm feeling this feeling that I'm trying to understand and control, but I will keep an eye on them.
Okay.
I'm learning how to control whatever it is that's within me.
Got it. And every couple of minutes you check behind you and they're still there. You speed up, they speed up. You slow down, they slow down. And they never come closer than 60 feet. They are keeping a 60-foot berth. Every now and then your hand will drop underneath your wool cape. Okay, crossbows there, bolts are there, okay. Just checking. Gives you a little bit of comfort to know your weapon is right there if you need it. And then as you get within about half a mile of the Purple Star, you check and they're gone. And you make another few turns and you get onto the main road that leads right to the Purple Star Tavern, and you look and they seem to have left you alone for the time being. And you just do a quick little shrug, pull your cloak around your shoulders, and begin making your way toward the tavern. As we meet another creature in this tale. As a human female lies on a patch of grass in front of the Temple of Kelemvor in the Torbolos district. As your eyes open and look around, you're trying to get your bearings. Mom, you would like to introduce yourself?
My name is Kara Vider, and I am maybe 5'3", maybe 120 pounds. My hair is very, very white, like a platinum with 2 braids. My eyes are almost white, that kind of blue that turns very, very light. And my most distinguished mark is a scar for me from one ear to another under my neck.
Oh.
Outside of there's a little bit of confusion about her. When you look at her, you feel that she's confused.
Okay. And you're just trying to get your bearings because 1 minute you were where you were, and now your eyes open and you're laying on the grass in front of the temple. And you sit up, brush the grass off of your scale mail armor, and you look around as you rise from your place in the grass, and you see the eyes of several acolytes of the temple level on you. And they all appear dumbstruck, in shock. As if one moment you weren't there and the next moment you were. And you look up at the building at the temple, and the building itself is just stone and mortar. But looking at it soothes you. And the longer you look at it, the more centered and focused on your goal you feel. And people move from your path as you begin to progress past the temple and into the city. And you don't know the exact location or even the full scope of why you have to attend this meeting. You just feel compelled, like a radar, almost like a magnetic pull being pulled toward it. This feeling going off inside your head that this is the next step towards your goal. And with that, you trust in Kelimvor, and you begin to move forward as people get the F out of your way.
Wow.
We go back to the Jorzies district, with all eyes focused on this large metal-like humanoid figure walking several dozen feet ahead. A shadowy figure sneaks past prying eyes, keeping to the darkened corners and alleyways of the Jorzies district. Laura, you want to introduce yourself?
I appear humanoid. Visually would look like a human woman. I'm very small and petite, 5'4" at the most, pale skin, dark eyes, and very, very pale, like a light blonde, like almost white hair. She's dressed in all black, very formal looking. She's in a long dress, long sleeves, high neck. In a tropical environment, she definitely would stand out. She, as she would move past you, if you were to bump into her, she is icy cold and does not give off any body heat. As she moves through, she tries to stay unseen, but is completely unfamiliar with the concept of a marketplace, doesn't really understand what's going on, so she'll linger, stare. If somebody catches her staring at them, she'll try to move on quickly as she makes her way through.
Okay.
Okay, so what's her name?
What is your name, Laura?
Lilith.
Lilith.
It even sounds.
That conjures up images of supernatural
Yeah,
in my head.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that name.
Okay.
Okay, Lilith, always having been more comfortable in the shadows, all the attention on that strange metal creature walking through the city gives you the perfect cover to survey your surroundings as you move toward your meeting location. You pass the part of the city where the smaller piece of Titan's Reach fell, destroying 2 resident buildings completely, and the better part of an additional 2. Titan's Reach being the highest peak of the Sunwalker Mountains. So got its name because it looked like an arm coming straight up out of the mountains with 5 spikes, basically, spires. Well, during the God War, 2 of those, I shouldn't say the God War because the God War is still happening. During one of the battles of the God War, 2 of those broke off. The smaller one landing in the Jorzies district and destroying 2 residential buildings completely and the better part of another 2. While the boulders and much of the rubble has been cleared, the area is still considered unsafe and cordoned off by the city guard. Lilith, what's your passive perception?
It's a 12.
Okay. Maybe it was just a trick of the eye, but you thought for a split second there, as you're passing the rubble, something seemed to move in the dust. Just for a split second. And you turn and look, and when you focus, all you see is destruction, and all you hear is silence.
Okay.
But for a split second there, and you can't shake it, you have this weird feeling that it wasn't a trick of the eye. that something moved. And when you focused on it, nothing.
Okay.
And you just kind of shrug that off. You make a mental note to yourself, and you begin making your way toward the purple star.
Okay.
We move from the shadows to the crowds as another figure makes her way through the city, this time in the Lingenhall district. Kristen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh. Sure. A very, late teenage looking, petite, about no more than 5'5" human female. Has these stunning emerald green eyes. She's a little bit tan, like she lives in the area. You wouldn't characterize her as scantily clad, but she is in her dress a little bit more revealing. You could tell that, she's wearing something. It's all green for this tropical area, green and gold. And when you look at her, it's almost unworldly pretty. She's pretty, but it's not something that looks almost natural. And she has this long red hair, and she wears this sigil necklace. And if you look very close on the necklace, you see a fox with many different tails coming out of the symbol of the necklace.
And her...
Hello, my name is Lorelei.
Lorelei.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Somehow it matches.
So your hair in the photo is a reddish. Is it a red auburn,
Or is it flaming red?
More like the picture, very, just reddish. I wouldn't say flaming red.
Okay.
All right, so more of a nice auburn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also, she has a peacock feather in her hair.
Of course she does.
She has a what?
A peacock feather.
Oh, yes, and see? Well,
And Dee still has hers.
I still have mine. There we go.
You don't know why. It just happens to match your outfit. It's...
Lorelei, as you walk past blacksmiths, tanners, wood carvers, and stables of this part of the Nod, you look as out of place as you feel. Having the opposite experience of Morpheus, as having been not necessarily noble, but having been used to a city, you're not necessarily used to being in the harder working, bluer collar district of the city. So you sort of move your cloak about you and kind of just keep to yourself as you make your way through the city. And no one is really necessarily getting out of your way, but they're not trying to block you either. It's sort of like just being in a subway in New York. It's everyone's just kind of got their business. And But suddenly a human woman, old human woman, crosses your path, walking down the steps of her home and into the street. She happens to cross right in front of you, and you hear her. Fifi! Here, Fifi! Where did you go? Fifi! And she just walks right in front of you.
Okay. Do I get any sort of feelings from her?
As you begin to look at her, she turns and she notices you looking, and she says, "Oh, have you seen Fifi?"
Who is Fifi?
"Oh, Fifi's my little cat. She seems to have gotten away again. She's been away for some time now. I can't find her. Have you seen her?"
No, ma'am, I haven't seen her.
"Oh, okay. If you do, please tell her I'm looking for her. Fifi!"
I certainly will.
And she begins walking across the street and just, "Fifi, where are you?"
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And with that attitude, Lorelei just brushes herself up and makes her way through the Lingenhall district toward the Purple Star. And finally, our focus comes to a different part of the Lingenhall district, where an unusual family is squatting in an old lampmaker's shop. Victoria, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I have a whole description. I've been thinking about this forever, so it's long. Hold on. Okay. So, in this, very quiet and dusty lamp maker shop, you see a family of tabaxi. There's 4 small children, 3 little girls, and a boy. And the boy is the older.
For those of us who don't know, what are tabaxi?
Tabaxi are half cat, half human.
You look like this.
I look like that. I am about 12 years old. I'm about 12 years old. My name is Spot.
Spot.
Well, I go as Spot.
Okay.
I am a boy. And let's just say I'm very light on my feet. And I am very quick. Quick to hit you. Quick to punch you. Quick with a nasty comment. And very quick on my feet. I am very, very dirty. I have, like, it looks like I used to be well kept, but now my hair is actually knotted and nasty and, like, almost looks like dreads. My fur is very dirty. You don't really know what color it is. My clothes are ripped. My ears are too big for my body. My feet are huge. And you can tell that I'm, just by looking at me, you could tell that I'm a young boy who had a growth spurt recently. So I'm about 5 foot. But I'm young. I'm about 5 foot. Yeah, and that's about it.
Okay.
Cool.
And you are leaving your house.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're leaving your shop where
leaving-
you are currently squatting.
I'm leaving the shop I'm currently squatting in, and I'm sneaking out away from my younger sisters who are there. I'm sneaking out.
Okay.
I don't want them to see me leaving, and then I'll tell you, I'm going out scavenging for food.
Okay. You make your way out of your shop through the city. Do you head straight for the town?
I will...
Being the only one so far native to the city.
I will look around in the streets and see if I can find any bits of, like, coal or anything like that to put in my slingshot. And as I'm walking around, I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to try to avoid any police officers I see. But I will try to get there late.
Okay.
Because I want to sneak in when the room is full of people.
Let's do the first roll of the game. Make a stealth check.
Oh! Yay! Level 1.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh. 8.
8 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Ouch. And yeah, you pick up some coal, which is in the street, so it's no big deal. And you pass by a noblewoman, and her coin purse is just sitting right there.
Yeah. Can I get it?
You reach out to grab it, and right away you hear, "You there! Hands to yourself!" And you look up, and there's 2 city guards who begin...
I put on the jets.
Okay.
I put on the jets. I do my feline agility, and I move 60 feet.
With
in 6
lightning
seconds.
speed, this cat person, almost like the Flash, and they don't have a prayer of catching you. And you know this city better than any of these guards. You're able to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge into an abandoned building, out the back lot, over a fence. They don't have
Parkour.
You've done this a time or 3. You parkour your way, and lo and behold, you're out of the Lingenhall district and in the Iljara.
I want to be like Aladdin, where I'm smug about it.
Okay.
I'm like, bitches.
Yeah. You drop over the side of a fence. You look at the fence.
Okay.
And you begin making your way toward the Iljara district. And you can see the purple star. And one by one you see a metal and wood humanoid walking toward the purple star. And coming from the other side of the road, you see this long, lean Goliath with a furry cape and a leather hood. And coming from that corner, you see this very pale human woman with a scar on her neck and dark braided hair.
White.
White
Platinum.
with
White-
2 braids.
White platinum.
Platinum
braids.
with braided hair, excuse me.
Yes.
Another human-looking figure, this one very dark, very shadowy, trying to be sneaky, but you see her. And another human figure, this one not dark and shadowy at all.
No.
And very
Great, bright and bubbly.
ish.
Does she look like she has money?
Yes, a little bit.
Ooh, I start rubbing my paws together.
And all of them, one by one, make their way toward the Purple Star Tavern. And because you said you wanted to purposely arrive late, I'm making you the last one.
Okay.
And one by one, and how long do you wait before you approach?
If, like, the meeting... I don't remember what time I heard the meeting was supposed to start, but I'll wait until nobody's arrived for at least 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll walk in.
Okay. You wait until after that that last human woman who seems like she's got a little bit of money with her long red hair. She enters the tavern, and you wait a few minutes, and you stand up, and you begin making your way toward the Purple Star. And we'll do the meeting in Chapter 2.
Oh. Okay.